Hi everyone, and welcome to the Body Shop. First, I want to talk to you about your equipment. I know a lot of us have very sketchy equipment right now, unless you have the full little gym at home. But I want to make do with what we've got. So starting with the lighter weights, you can use cans for biceps, triceps, upright rows, wrist curls. I might be grabbing those every now and then. You're also going a little bit heavier. I filled up these 2-gallon jugs. Is this a gallon or half gallon? Gallon.
Most water in a gallon is 8 pounds.
Oh, 8 pounds. So John said these would be probably 8 pounds. So these would be great to do for your squats, even your upright rows. Make sure that the grip is good for your wrist, that you're not going to compromise your wrist at all.
If you fill the bottle halfway, it would be 4
Right,
pounds.
and you can fill the bottle up however full you want to make it lighter or heavier. So that feels pretty good. And if you don't have this, if you don't drink milk like my husband drinks milk, you might borrow it from a neighbor or something like that. They could throw it over their fence for you. There's other things that we use. Some of you might have a strap. It's your not a strap. This is called a band, rubber band. And so if you have that, you could substitute that in if we're doing something that calls for that. Also, we have straps. This is a yoga strap. This is the one piece of equipment, along with this guy that I brought from the studio, so from ARC. So this is a great one for stretching. You can use a belt or anything like that. Years ago, I had my husband make the ropes. Well, he didn't actually make the rope, but he cut them and then he singed the ends so they wouldn't come unraveled. So we've got that. So these are things that you can either use or not use. And if you see something that I'm doing that you want to substitute out, that's fine. I ordered this from Amazon. I've got my new mat. It's really nice little mat there. And I've got the ball. And I also got the foam roller. And these came fairly quickly. So I'm still waiting for a set of weights. So that's why I'm using, wait till I show you the ones I'm using. So, these have been around our house, I think, since before I was with John, probably. He's had these. How long have you had these, John?
I've always had it.
He's always had them since he was a little boy, so they were probably his dad's. But they're metal. Yeah, they were his dad's. So before Jack LaLanne. And they're 5 pounds each, and they're just metal. But we've always had them around. So if you don't want to use if you have something like this, that'd be great. If you don't, you can use the cans. The cans are just a lot lighter. Okay, then he had this in his storage, so I could use this as you have to make sure that you have a good grip on it, but we could do sumo squats with a little heavier weight like this. So this is about 15 pounds. And then we've got our trusty tube that I like to use on your legs, but again, you don't have to use it on your legs. Your own body weight is good enough. So if you have that, that's great. I wanted to talk about shoes. I think in the first part, when we're doing our standing work, I want you to wear shoes. Just because we're not sure of this equipment, and I don't want you to drop anything onto your bare feet. So before we sit down to do our mat work, we are going to take our shoes off and roll our feet out with the tennis ball or any kind of ball. Hopefully you have some sort of ball. I love this little guy, but you have a tennis ball or you can do a golf ball. What else could you substitute for a ball? anything that's squishy. Okay, I think I forgot to talk about the towels. So you can have 1 or 2 towels, if you still have mine. Woo! Wait, do I have it right set up? Yeah, right there. Then you're gonna use that, we're gonna use that. We might even clean our floor if you have 2 of them, we'll clean your floor. Okay, all right, so that's it for your instructionals. We are gonna get started, but I just wanted to make sure you have your equipment in place first, and then we'll get started. So any equipment that you can think of that has a nice handle, these guys are pretty good. You might buy milk or your beverages in a different kind of, container, but this one is nice with the handle, really good. The cans feel great. They're just really light. That would be if you want a real light workout. You can also just use your own body weight. You know that. Let's get started. So gather your equipment, and then I'll meet you back in the next video. Okay? All right, guys. See you in a bit.